Hi, Stevens fans. I'm Sports Information Director Nicholas Petroni on the fourth episode of Speaking with Stars. Today, I'm joined by Stevens head competitive dance coach Amanda Roberts. Amanda, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad. First question is, how's everyone doing with your family? Is everyone staying safe in your household?
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a change. My husband works with like home remodeling and stuff, so he's still been working quite a bit. But I'm thankful that I've been able to stay home and stay safe, do my part. But it's definitely been a change, and I think we're all itching to get out in public again.
How has your routine changed in the last 7 or 8 weeks?
I really, from like day one, I made a point to kind of set like a schedule for myself because I am a very schedule oriented and very organized person. And I knew like I would lose my sanity real quick if I slept till noon and all that. So I get up pretty early. My husband goes to work at like 5:30. So I'm usually up by 6, and I make sure to get dressed every day. I make my bed every day. I've done pretty good at working out most days, but just trying to keep myself in some sort of a schedule just to kind of keep some sort of normalcy, I guess.
When campus was closed and the rest of the spring was on hiatus, obviously your competitive season had ended, but you were going through time sensitive things with your team that were appropriate at that time of year. What was the focus of your program then, things you needed to get done, and what is the focus of your program as it stands today?
Yeah, we kind of missed out on our little like end of year things we do. We usually go out to dinner, kind of do some like fun little team awards and stuff. So we missed out on that, and then kind of had to rush everyone to just turn in items. So I still have like 2 girls that haven't even finished checking in their items, just because we were in such a hurry to get it done before the deadline where we all were sent home came up. But luckily we had already wrapped up our season. I felt for a lot of the dance and cheer teams that went to national that didn't get the opportunity to compete, and then the same with our college teams that are competed with NDA, who just didn't get the chance at all to compete. So that's frustrating for them because you work all year for something and then to just not be able to do it. So we were lucky enough that we were able to compete, early in our season. But we really just kind of started shifting gears, got everything turned in, and we've already got our new team GroupMe going for next season. We're already kind of planning team workouts and what our schedule is going to look like. So we've really already switched to next year. We're looking forward to the fall and getting back on campus.
What has that communication process been like since you haven't been able to be on campus and meet with your student athletes in person?
I'm trying not to over communicate with them. I know personally speaking, like having to do Skype interview after Skype interview gets old, right? So I try to keep it to where respond to me when you can. I know things are kind of crazy. So GroupMe has been our main one. I'll send emails and then text if I need to talk to anybody individually, and then just, hey, get to me when you can. I don't want anyone stressing out about social media things or whatever the case may be, because that's not important right now. Making sure that they finished the semester strong and got ready for next year is what was important. So GroupMe has been our main communication, which is great that we're all able to kind of chat on that one little app.
In the communication that you've had with your dancers in the last 7 and 8 weeks since they've been off campus, with everyone having been at home, what have you seen that they've done to occupy their time, whether it's something to help them stay in shape or just a hobby they have that you'd like everyone to know about that not everyone gets to see on a daily basis?
I've had one cheerleader and one dancer who both got new puppies, so they've been busy with that, which is a great time to introduce a new dog because you get to be at home with it all the time. I've got a few that have, they're lucky enough that they have big families, so they've been, having a great time with their large families at home. And then I've got one that's really dove into baking, so just finding little bitty things. Another one of our dancers, she is a gamer. She's actually on our esports team, so she's kind of like dived into some new games and connected with people that way. So it's just seeing them. I'm sure all of them are doing TikToks. That's like the big things. I'm sure they are. But no, they've been doing well. I think everybody's kind of adjusting and they've adjusted well. And I certainly feel for a lot of them that their majors are super hands-on majors, and so now they're having to try to figure out how to do it virtually. But from what I understand, I think everybody's doing pretty well.
At this time of year, recruiting is obviously very important, as the lifeblood of every program. You don't lose anyone to graduation, but obviously you're looking to add people in order to improve your squad next year. What has that process been like, since you haven't been able to have people on campus and you've had to resort to virtual meetings or anything else?
It's been a challenge, and we missed out on a couple events there in the spring that are really important recruiting events. And being a small college, we don't have our countrywide name to fall back on. We have to get our name out there because most people have never heard of us. So getting our name out there, letting people know our history, letting people know, what the prestigious is of this school is really important. And so without that, it's definitely been hard. I think numbers wise, it'll probably show this year. We're going to be a little bit smaller, about 2 people shorter than I wanted to be. And I think a lot of it's just because we're not able to get out. Our admissions team has done a great job as far as doing these virtual tours and really making them personalized. But we all know it's not the same thing. You don't get that feel of what your college life could be like, and that really is important. So I think we're going to see that struggle a little bit, but I hope then the following year we get maybe even double. We get some of these graduating high school seniors this year and the following year.
What is your message to recruits about all the positives, not only of Stevens College, but being in the Columbia area and all they get to experience?
It's a great college town. I mean, it really is a college town. We joke about how, Christmas break and especially summer around here, it's like a ghost town, because half the population is gone. And it's great that they get that big college experience, but with a small school. So, they're going to get this kind of personal relationship with their teacher, where at Mizzou or Tarleton State or wherever you added a larger campus, you might not get that, which is great for some people, but I think it's a wonderful thing to be able to have a little bit closer relationship with your professor. Certainly helpful if you have a degree in mind that's challenging or, maybe a little bit difficult for you, and of course the history, it's a beautiful old campus. It's got tons of history behind it. It's got famous people that came from it. So I think having students come in and see that and get a feel for it and have an understanding of what it's like to live here is just so important, because it's not just about Stevens, but it's about Columbia too. And even now you can't really go see all the restaurants and the fun bars and everything downtown. So it's an odd time to be looking for colleges, but Columbia and Stevens in the area is a great place to find a 4-year home.
Yeah, we always like to say when someone's coming to Stevens, you're not making a 4-year decision, you're making a 40-year decision.
Yes.
Because even though you don't have to have your life completely figured out at 22, you want to attend somewhere that's going to set you up and give you networking opportunities to pursue a better life in a variety of different areas, which is what the college has to offer. With the end of the academic year approaching, being at the time, grades getting ready to be finalized in the next couple of weeks, what are the key objectives for your program as you shift to the summer months? What are the keys for Stevens competitive dance?
Staying in shape. That's going to be their main focus this summer. I've got some workout plans for them this summer, but it's all going to be dependent on them doing it themselves. And that's kind of the difference in this situation, is that you really got to find your own, kind of self-motivation, because you don't have that team necessarily right around you to push you. So, just making sure they're staying in shape, so that way when we come back in the fall, we can hit the ground running and there's no worry of where we're at. Do
you sense the excitement, whether it's returners or in or new dancers coming to campus, or are they itching to get into Columbia, get back on campus and get things going?
For sure. Yeah, I think everybody misses their home, and you know, and our new students are certainly excited to make it their home, because that's really what you, when you pick a college, especially when you pick to live at that college, you're essentially, you know, deciding on a home for the next 4 years. So it's really important that you find one that you like and you enjoy being there, and you know, there's like-minded people there to kind of share ideas with. And I think, you know, especially my returners on the team, they found that here, and I know our new members are excited to kind of get settled in and find their way here at Stevens too.
With Catherine Schneller finishing her first year as your assistant coach, in what ways do you think she helped the program? What are some of her strengths? And what are the things that you think she will continue to help you with as you enter your fourth year as the head coach next fall?
Yeah, she's a really, really talented dancer. She's got a great technical background. So she's able to kind of really help maybe our dancers that don't have as high as a technical background as she does, which is wonderful. To, you know, push their level a little bit higher. She's also a wonderful choreographer. This past year, our competition dance was a complete blend of both mine and hers choreography, and it turned out really well. We really enjoyed doing it, so I'm excited to get that done again. You know, we were able to really choreograph something that played to our dancers' strengths and highlight them in certain ways. So I'm excited to do that again this year. You know, she is great for recruiting. She's got so many connections in the KC area. That's really helpful to us. And then, you know, we actually both teach at Dance Arts in downtown Columbia. So, you know, we get to have that experience together as well. But she was a really big asset to our team this past year, and she'll continue to be.
Have you elected captains yet for next year? If so, who are they, and what are the strengths of those people?
We have. So we are actually only going to go with one captain this year, and it is going to be a returning captain. It's Catherine Benez out of St. Joe. And, you know, she is a wonderful motivator. That is without a doubt her strongest asset that she brings. She pushes everyone around her to be better, and she pushes herself. She gives 110% all the time, no matter what. And that is such a positive thing to be around, and it just makes everyone else want to give just as much. And so we're excited to have her lead the team solo this year.
Finally, in what ways do you feel that you've grown as a coach, not just from the beginning of last season to the end of this one, but from your first day until now?
Mm-hmm. So, you know, I think I've learned that it's a lot more than just coaching, right? You really are, as a coach, responsible for bringing some sort of life lesson into anything. And, you know, you hope you do that. You don't know if you're going to do it, but you hope you do. You hope you make some kind of impact in their life, and let it be a positive impact. You know, I really wanted to get into coaching because I had the best time on my team in college. You know, some of those girls were at my wedding. Some of them were, you know, my roommates. Like, we were just, it was a really close group. It was such a fun atmosphere, and I loved every minute of it. And I actually still talk to my coach pretty often. So it's just a positive experience in my life, and I just wanted to bring that positive experience to other dancers' lives. And, you know, so I've kind of really morphed my coaching into wanting that to be more about the experience and less about trying to win, or, you know, it should be more about the experience. Obviously winning makes great experiences too.
Yeah.
But, you know, don't let that be the end goal. Let, you know, the growth and the experiences and the friendships that you make be the goal.
Well, thank you very much for joining me on the 4th episode of Speaking with Stars. I hope you and your husband, your entire family, continue to stay safe. I look forward to seeing you back on campus in a couple months.
Yeah, hopefully soon.